What's up, you guys? Kilo here to bring you more Dave Chappelle content. Today I'm watching Dave Chappelle. How old is 15 really? Now, I personally feel like I could answer this question before even starting the vid. 15 is 15. That's how old it is. It's underage, but I'm pretty sure he has an interesting and funny take on it, so I can't wait to see what that is. Let's get started.
Stars.
Hold on, what?
Stars. All our stars.
All our...
All our stars, man.
Huh?
R. Kelly pissed on his victim. I know, it was rough.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I can't even judge R. Kelly. First of all, we don't know if these allegations are true, and not even if they are.
Hold up. Why can't we? Okay, good point. He just answered why we can't. I'm pretty sure he did. That's an odd thing to accuse someone of if they didn't do it. That's like suing somebody for kicking your cat across the street. What are the odds someone just woke up one day and was like, hey, I'm going to falsely accuse my neighbor of kicking my cat across my street when they actually never even did that? The odds are very slim. Actually, that might even be too realistic of a thing to accuse someone of. Accusing someone of peeing on you, you're that young. No way she made that up. No way.
Not true. If you want to know how I feel about it honestly, if a man cannot pee on his fans, I don't want to be in show business anymore because, well, that's why I got in the game, baby. I got dreams too. You guys are confusing the issue. While you guys are busy worrying about if R. Kelly even peed on this girl or not, you're not asking yourself the real question that America needs to decide once and for all. And that question is, how old is 15 really?
Not the question you need to ask.
No, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Here's why that question is not a good question. Instead of the assault of putting urine or fecal matter on a person, actually, no, that's not even considered fecal matter. Urine, putting bodily fluids on someone without their consent is, I'm pretty sure it's an offense. We should not focus on age does not matter. Still, bodily fluids.
I'm not saying that a person is as smart as they're going to be at 15. That's not what I'm saying, man. But I am saying 15 to me is old enough to decide whether or not you want to be pissed on. I mean, that's me. If you can't make a decision like that by the time you're 15, then just give up, motherfucker, because life is way harder than that. I make tougher decisions all the time. You don't want to get pissed on, just get the fuck out of the way. It's not even a decision. If I start peeing on the front row, they're not going to have to calculate and think, oh, how do I feel about this? Am I okay with it? They just move. You can do that at 15. I could have. I've been 15. When I was 15, I was doing stand-up in nightclubs. I smoked reefer from time to time.
What?
Selling crack. I was trying to finger fuck people. I knew what was happening around me to some degree.
At 15, you were doing stand-up? That's awesome.
Was the least of my worries at 15. Trust me. But it keeps coming up. There's a lot of confusion around that age. Anytime 15 comes up, people freak out. Like when that girl, Elizabeth...
I feel like my biggest issue is that it's not that you don't know whether or not to say, sure, pee on me. It's the sheer shock. Like, I don't go through my day-to-day life mentally prepared to decide whether or not I want someone's bodily fluids on me. Like, that's never in my brain of concern. I never think I have to be like, oh, do I want to get peed on today? Like, I'm not mentally ready. It probably hit her before she even knew what was happening.
Elizabeth Smart got kidnapped, right? Remember in Utah last year, 15-year-old girl Elizabeth Smart was kidnapped, and then they finally found her, and the whole country was relieved. And I was the only one saying, damn, she wasn't that smart after all. Now, because she got kidnapped, that could happen to anybody. I'm not knocking her for that. I'm just saying, if you kidnapped me when I was 15, you gotta take me further than 8 miles away from my house, man. God damn. Can't hold me prisoner around shit I recognize. I'll break away. I'll break away. Fuck off me, nigga. That's my bus stop. I know where I'm at. I'm going home. She was missing for 6 months, 8 miles away from my house. That's 2 exits, man. That's nothing.
Mentally, I'm trying to calculate, like, what's 8 miles from me and if I would recognize it enough to get home, and I honestly don't know. I blame my current generation. Well, it's honestly just my fault. I use GPS for everything. I know how to get to maybe 2 places without GPS, one of which is Walmart. And that's not 8 miles from me, so I would be screwed.
And while she was missing, during this half a year that this girl is missing, there's a 7-year-old black girl gets kidnapped in Philadelphia. Nobody knows her name. They might have talked about it 2 or 3 times on the news, but she should have been the top story because she chewed through the ropes and had both of these motherfuckers in jail in 45 minutes flat. 7 years old. I'm not making this up.
Chewing through the ropes is crazy.
2 crackheads kidnapped her and took her back to the crack house and tied her up. And then they left her. The crackheads, they gotta make moves. Crack, smoke, chocolate to eat. These motherfuckers made moves. They was out. But as soon as they left, this little girl got the nib on. She was kidnapped at 4 o'clock and at home watching herself on the news at 5:30. That shit is crazy. That's a news story. That is a news story.
That is impressive.
Now, meanwhile, in Utah, 15-year-old Elizabeth Smart's captors left her alone too. And they didn't even tie her up because they're hillbillies. They just bounced. Don't try to escape, bitch, or we'll kill you. Be right back. They leave. And she's 15 sitting in the house by herself. How am I gonna get out of this?
Do her like that.
Think, Elizabeth, how am I gonna get out of here? Why don't you just open the fucking door and go outside? Have you thought about that?
No, they said they're
Do you
gonna
have a
kill
quarter? Do
her.
you know your phone number? You're 15, bitch. Run. Stop thinking and stop making moves. I know I sound mean, and I know what the people are thinking when I'm saying this. Dave, she is only 15. All right, but that's the discrepancy, because when you talk about a little girl like Elizabeth Smart, then the country feels like 15 is so young and so innocent. On the flip side, here comes 15 again. Now we talking about a 15-year-old black kid in Florida. This black kid accidentally killed his neighbor
Oh, Jesus, getting real.
when he's practicing wrestling moves that he saw on TV. Now, was he a kid? No. They gave him life. They always try our 15-year-olds as adults. This nigger knew what he was doing. It's a goddamn pile driver. If this kid gets on the ropes, there's no stopping him. You'd have to send the Rock to arrest him. And they gave a 15-year-old boy life in jail. If you think that it's okay
Wow.
to give him life in jail, then it should be legal to pee on him. That's all I'm saying. You got to make up your mind across the board how old 15 actually is. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody comes in here and puts a gun in my head and says, Chappelle, you got a choice to make. You're either going to jail for a month or we'll let you go, but you got to let R. Kelly pee on you. I'm not hesitating. Bring in R. Kelly and tell him to stay away from my ass.
Wow. I don't know. I didn't know if it was possible or not, but I'm an even bigger fan of Chappelle now. That was oddly illuminating because when he brought up that situation about the 15-year-old that killed the guy by doing wrestling moves, my immediate thought was not exactly to the extent of what he was saying, where he was like, "Oh, what did you think?" He was an adult. He knew what he was doing. I wasn't thinking about it that far. Like, my brain wasn't like exactly that, but it was also like, that's unfortunate. And I just knew that he was gonna get a very harsh sentence because that's how our society is. I already knew like that. But like once he put it in perspective, like comparing the two situations is Chappelle is a genius. I can't. I'm done. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.